Solstice Day, 21st of June, and yesterday we did what we thought was going to be a fairly straightforward inspection. Finally the weather has improved and we had a look at our hives, but it was not as straightforward as we thought. Here we have our hive with a queen, and she was doing fine. Not much honey coming up to the super yet, but there is some. This hive here, with the green bellow, she had a capped queen cell 14 days ago, so she we are hoping has mated. The hive was quiet, but no sign of eggs, so she may be out on her mating flight or whatever. But she so we've put a frame of brood and eggs in just to test to see how things are going with them, so we'll find out that at the next inspection. And then the wooden hive, when we went into it, it had capped queen cells. Last week the weather was so cold we couldn't get into it, so we had some capped queen cells there. So she was ready for a swarm. They were getting ready for a swarm. So we've done a big split with this hive to prevent or to reduce the chance of a swarm. And so we have then, I had made up some nucs, which are over here. And we put a capped queen cell in each nuc with frames of food and some extra bees and a bit of brood. And we closed it up, and we have opened it up this morning, and we've put a little bit of grass in the entranceway just to make them realise there's something a bit different, so that they hopefully will start to reorientate themselves. We're looking at a bee there coming out, having a bit of a fly about. They're having a wee look before they leave to see what's going on, and hopefully the bees that are in there, it'll mainly be nurse bees in there, so there won't be many foragers in there. There's plenty of stores. I have got a feeding top to this nuc, so I will give them some feed, 1-to-1 syrup at this time of year, which will give them a chance to build up some drawn comb on the frame of foundation that I put in there, and that they will hopefully build that, and then we'll make some new colonies with those if it's successful. We have about, they're capped queen cells, so it's 8 days until they're capped, and then 8 days from being capped to emerging as a queen, then 4 days after that until they are mature. So a minimum of 12 days from now the queen should be mature, and then we just need a nice day. So that will be in the beginning of June, so beginning of July, so that should be a good time to have a mating. So some of the bees are coming back, so that's promising. I've just opened it about 5 minutes ago for the first, so looks like they're trying to get back to their new colony, which is rather good. You put the grass in there just to confuse them for a bit, and it just makes them rethink where they are, and it's just enough that they can get rid of they can remove it in time. And to be honest, if they're having a bit of bother, we'll help them out. And there's enough there in their colony to let them sort themselves out. But there will be a bit of a mood change in the colonies as they by now, within half an hour, they know that they're queenless. But having a capped queen cell in there and brood also helps the mood of them, so that they realise they've got a job to do. And I've given them a frame of foundation, so they can be preparing their colony for when the queen comes, so that she has cells to lay into. So a busy time, and that is the benefit of preparing in the winter. So we made those nucs ready just in case something like this would happen, but it all seemed to happen in one day. And then this morning I came and I just gave the place a bit of a trim, just to tidy it up and make it less trip hazards and easier access. As you can see, the grass is now starting to grow to be quite long around the apiary, and if we didn't keep it tidy, there is a potential that it would hamper the entrance to the bees. But more annoyingly is that it's a route in for slugs and pests, so we'll just keep it tidy underneath. I have some flat stones under it as well to reduce the amount of weeds that go there. But it's just about coming up for 9 o'clock in the morning, and we have the bees are foraging, coming back with pollen, so that's a good sign. So it's just on 8 minutes past 11 on the shortest night, which is still quite a lot of daylight around with us up this far north, so you can still see around at midnight. But I've just been out pinning the entrances of the nucs, the new nucs that were made, so that if it does get windy, there's less chance of the door closing when I'm not around, so that there's always a entrance available for the bees, and I shall let you see that. So they're not the biggest, so let's just put a little pin in there. And late at night they're tucked away, as long as we don't annoy them too much. And I've partially closed the entrance, so they can still get in and out, no bother, but because there's not very big colonies, it's going to be easier for them to defend. So that's that. And it's all quiet on the rest of the apiary. Just a few moths flying around, which are quite cool. So it's midnight, and one of the advantages of living up here is in the summertime you get lots of daylight. And this is the summer solstice, so you can catch up on your beekeeping even when you're outside. And the time, not quite midnight, still 19 minutes to go, 18 minutes to go, but we can still read outside. To be fair, it is getting darker, but it's lovely at this time of night.